Hi everyone. My talk today will be about child molestation. First, let's examine the definition for child molestation. Child molestation is a crime involving a range of indecent or sexual activities between an adult and the child is usually under the age of 14. Next, we look at signs to look for. Look for a child acting withdrawn or shy. Children often feel ashamed or embarrassed. A child may become quiet. A child may become withdrawn because he or she has trouble expressing feelings. A child may tend to act as they are younger than they actually are, and this is exhibited through bedwetting, throwing tantrums, clinging to the parent and crying when the parent has to leave after dropping the child off at daycare or school. Parents should also watch for inappropriate play behaviors, touching of a doll or toy inappropriately, use of sexual words that have not been taught to them, exhibiting adult behavior, and touching of private areas other than natural child bodily explorations. The shy child begins to act out, and the child that acts out becomes withdrawn, and there are mood swings involved. Now you need to notice physical signs. Physical signs including pain or discoloration, bleeding or discharge in the private area, pain during urination or bowel movements, bruising around genitalia. And if you notice this, what you should do is you talk to your child about the problem in a calm, comfortable, and safe atmosphere. Do not be judgmental. You ask your child if anyone has been touching them appropriately, inappropriately, and be specific about what is meant by inappropriate. You discuss the concepts of secrets to your child. Often the offender will swear a child to secrecy. You express to the child that it is okay to tell someone and that no one will be harmed and that no one will get into trouble. Offenders use threats to child or families to keep the child quiet. And then you must reassure the child that they can always come to you. So how do you protect your child? You know first what abuse is. Then you teach the child that certain body parts are private. Then you build a trusting relationship. Children will often come to a parent and they are not afraid that they will get into trouble for doing so. You get involved with the school and extracurricular activities. Predators target children that don't have a lot of parental supervision. You keep your child away from the abuser. When you find there's a case of abuse, you keep your child away from the abuser. You report the abuse and the abuser, and you get medical attention for the abused child. And you take the child to counseling for psychological attention. And here are some of the reasons why children don't tell if they're being abused. Intimidation tactics from the predators, manipulation, threats, dominance. And so quite often the abuser will gain a child's trust or love by offering gifts and use brainwashing techniques, and they display care and affection, and they play games and have fun with the children, so the children begin to trust the abuser, the molester. Now here are some of the effects of child abuse. There's post-traumatic stress and other anxiety symptoms, depression and suicide attempt. And children who have been abused have a high level of risk behavior problems, 3 times as many leading in delinquency, 3 times as many as children that have not been abused. They have academic problems, increased dropout rate. And some of the long-term effects of sexual abuse is mental health problems, obesity, HIV infection is 2 times the rate. Males are more likely to victimize others, I mean they become predators themselves. and other minor health problems involved. And there's also alcohol, drugs, substance abuse that comes from it, from being victimized as a child. The CDC reports a lifetime burden of child maltreatment at $210,012 per victim, $1,000 per victim, compared to $159,846 for stroke and $250,000 per victim for diabetes. So you see that child molestation is greater than stroke, the burden of stroke, and slightly less than the burden of diabetes on society. And one more thing I want to talk about child molestation awareness. My daughter has started a campaign for child molestation awareness, and I'm wearing a T-shirt right now that says, "Don't touch me. Prevent child molestation," and there's the www.theflynetwork.org. It's a T-shirt that shows a little girl with the arms folded saying no to predators, to any potential predator. I'd like to thank you all for listening, being patient with me. I've enjoyed my time, my talk, and hopefully this is the last one of the semester. Thank you and goodbye.